Morning YouTubers, welcome to the first episode of Shane's Hunting Channel. It's a very cold morning. We are at 0800 hours and what we're going to be doing today is sighting in my Benjamin marauder. I've got scope cams and other bits and pieces that we're going to have a try of. This is my first PCP air rifle, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I'm not going to bore you with having to sight it in, etc, etc. I'm going to give you some of the results as we go through it, and hopefully we can find something that shoots well. If we can find something that shoots well today, then we will definitely get out there and see if we can shoot some rabbits. And I can see one running along the paddock behind me, behind you at the moment. Oh, I love that. So anyway, stay tuned and we'll see whether we can get this thing to shoot right, and just enjoy. Cheers. Hi guys, well, what's been mere seconds for you has actually been several hours for us. It's we're heading into 11:08 now. So basically what I wanted to show you was the fact that we've just been shooting at the target for the last few hours, just eliminating different types of ammunition. At the moment we're at 40 yards. We've just pushed it out to 50, but I just thought that I'd show you the 40 yard targets, and please excuse the messy handwriting, but here we go here. So we have, try and get that lens flare off. There we go. Alright, so we've got, that was a mate of mine shooting, so we won't worry about those ones so much, but okay, so here we go here, H&N match, the Barracudas. Now these are the 10.65 grains, so we had a couple of flyers, but all in all we had 5 rounds go through that little spot there, so we're looking at probably less than 20 millimeters. Now we move down to the Stoga X Power, 10.19 grains. You see it's opened up a little bit more, but still at 40 yards, that's a dead bunny. Now we go out to the field targets. These suckers here were again very good. Most of them, 4 out of the 5 rounds, went through something that I can cover up with my finger. So we're probably looking at 8 millimeters, I suppose. And then the JSB Exact Monster Diablos. These are the 13.43 grains. I think probably the thing that impressed me the most about this was the fact that these are actually flying at the same height as all the rest of these at 40 yards, so they haven't dropped much at this point. Now I've actually got 3 rounds through the same hole here, and I've just got a couple of little flyers there. I'm not sure why I'm getting these. I'm pretty sure that those shots were good, but I have noticed that occasionally I'll get like a tight pellet and then a loose pellet and then a tight pellet and a loose pellet, and they do tend to shoot slightly differently. So that's where we are at the moment at 40 yards. We're about to push it out to 50, and we'll be going out to 80 yards eventually. So I'll keep you posted and we'll see how it goes. Okay, it suddenly occurred to me that I hadn't actually shown you guys what the rifle looks like. So this is the new Benjamin marauder. So it's got the adjustable cheek piece, it's got the match grade trigger. I've got a couple of 10-shot mags, which I can't use because I was a doofus and I didn't actually check to make sure that my scope mounts cleared, and so I can't get the magazine in to the chamber, but we will sort that out because I've got another set of scope mounts, unfortunately not here. They're back at home. So Benjamin marauder, I've got a Nico Sterling Mountmaster scope on there with it's a 3:9 and adjustable objective, and we also have a Remington tactical bipod. So that's the beast. It's shooting pretty good at the moment. We're getting around about 30 to 32 shots between the 3,000 and 2,000 psi, and then after the 2,000 psi we just noticed that it drops probably about an inch. for probably another 10 or 15 rounds, so it's still usable at that. I've had a few people turn around to me and say, oh mate, you know, you don't want to carry around a pump with you, because you can see the pump in the background. But you know, most of the shooting that we do, particularly on this farm today, we'll be lucky to get sort of 15-20 rabbits. So you know, it's a full day's shooting out of you know, one pump up. Now I've calculated that between 2,000 and 3,000 psi at the moment is taking around about 60 to 70 pumps. So well, actually I counted 70 pumps before, so if we say that 70 pumps, it's going pretty good. It's going pretty good, and it sure beats having to crack the barrel every time you want to put a round in as well. So alright, we'll catch up with you again once we've established how we're going at 50, 60, 70, 80 yards. Alright. Alright, so we've just had a look at the 50 yards, which is where I'm wanting to sight it, because most of the rabbits that we do are between 50 and sort of 100 yards. These are the results of the ones that I chose to use. So we've got the field targets here, not overly fantastic. We've got six rounds inside about an inch. So the 5 to 6 rounds within an inch. Move down to the barracudas, which probably are best. You see it's dropped a little bit because they're 10.6 versus 8.8 grains. So, but you know, that's we had one flyer out here, but I think the 4 here is probably more what we're going to be looking at. So you're looking at what's that going to be? Around about 20mm group. Then we go to the JSB Diablos, and I was really impressed with these ones up to the 50 yard mark, and I managed to put 3 through the same hole over here, even though I was aiming for there. Managed to put 3 through the same hole, and then it just started doing this. So I'm not sure whether this is just a flyer thing, whether it's the rifle, whether it's me, but it seems weird that you get 3 in a row and then they start spreading out. Same thing happened with the Stoga Super X. We had 3 that actually went really nicely. Then it did this little trail along the bottom here, then it came back up to here again. So you got sort of 4 inside 20mm group, and then it was all spread out. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. The rifle's not bedded in properly. It's probably only done maybe a couple of 100 rounds this morning. So I'm going to sight. I'm probably going to use the barracudas from now on. And I'll sight for the barracudas, and then what we'll do is we'll move it out to 60, 70, 80 yards and just see whereabouts we're at with it. Alright, so we took it out to 60, and we're getting some fairly reasonable groups at 60 yards, around about 20mm. Unfortunately I covered it up with another target to do the 70 mark. But down the bottom here we can see it's moved 2 mil dots between 50 and 70s, moved 2 mil dots in a 3 to 9 scope. So we've got 3 here that basically through the same hole within a 20mm. These dots are 20mm across. So, and then we've got one little flyer down here. One of my favourite guys. One of my favourite guys that I watch always says, if you can work out how to stop flyers, let us all know, because you're always going to get them. So, but 3 at 70 yards through that spot, I think we're within shooting now. We're using the H&N Barracudas. Those worked out to be the best over all of the distances. Interesting thing, guys, between 20 and 50 yards, I didn't have to make any adjustment at all on the scope. So basically from 20 to 50 yards, it shoots flat. I did make a small adjustment for it. I probably didn't need to. It was only, you know, sort of a case of I brought it across a couple and just up a couple of clicks. But otherwise, you know, it's basically 1 mil dot at 60. 2 mil dots at 70, we actually haven't got any more room. I was going to try 80, but we haven't got any more room in the area that we're shooting. So we'll leave it there. I'm going to do some ballistic coefficient testing, and we're going to just have a look to see how fast the rounds are going, how much energy there is there. I did a rough calculation before, and I think that we're around about 6.9 foot-pounds at 70 yards, which is enough to kill a rabbit at that distance. I probably wouldn't be trying to take it out any further, but I hadn't entered all the information in, so we'll do a few more calculations and just check to make sure that we're on track. Anyway, we'll catch up with you afterwards, and I can tell you more precisely what's going on, and then we can get in and try and kill stuff. Remember, we're going to be killing stuff on my channel, so if you don't like it, don't watch it from here on in. Cheers. Alright, so just did a couple of quick calculations, and just having a go on the pellet trap, etc. So what we've actually discovered is that at 20 yards the velocity is 890 feet per second. What we're basically going to be looking at is 8.93 foot-pounds of energy at 70 yards, which is as far as I've been able to sight that for today. And you're looking at 593 feet per second by the time it actually hits the target. So all in all, that's pretty gosh darn good. Like I said, the thing's basically shooting flat out to 50, and then you've got 1 mil dot of drop at 60, and then another mil dot of drop at 70. So I might chance an 80 yard shot, but you're probably going to be seeing 60, 70 yard shots from me today. So we'll see what else we can do down the track, and I'll keep you guys posted with the rifle as I make changes to it. But at any rate, let's get into the sim killing. Alright guys, what we thought we'd do is, this one was actually killed with my mate Zenschutz 22. I was driving the truck at the time, so what I thought I'd do though is I'll just show you guys how I skin a rabbit, because everyone does it a little bit differently. I don't bother with the front end of it, I only bother with the back, because 90% of the meat's on the back. So this is a nice clean kill. Like I've said to you guys a couple of times already, this gets a little bit gory, so if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. So here we go. So all I do is I make a nick in the back of the fur, just here. Incidentally, this knife was actually made by a friend of mine. His name's Damien Henrihan. He makes these knives by hand. Absolutely fantastic knife. I've probably done a couple of 2,000 or 3,000 animals, not just rabbits, but goats and deer as well. Absolutely brilliant. So all I do now is I just pull. Sometimes I'll pee a little bit, don't worry about that, you can wash that off later. I'm a bit lazy with it because I do a lot of rabbits. So then all I do, just come through here, pull, like so. That's the skin gone. Incidentally, I use these, I get these from Bunnings Warehouse. It's a hardware store, it's Australasian wide. So, cut the tail off, then there's just this little bit of gristle just in the hip bones. So I just cut through that bit of gristle, and then just open them up like so. This is a female, she's got some young in her, which is good. We count this as more than one rabbit because they breed so much. It's really hard to sort of stay on top of these guys here. I was down Tekapo around Christmas, and we shot 675 in 3 days. And so you can appreciate that there's quite a lot of these guys around. We need to keep them under control. There's no natural predators here for them, just us. So we've got a responsibility to this. Alright, so then all I do is I just take the back rib, cut up through the spine, up to the spine here, cut through the belly flap, do the other side, cut through there, up to the top, just cut the rest of the tissue away, twist, and that's the whole necessary part of the rabbit. I just cut around the feet because the lady doesn't like to see anything that looks like a proper rabbit. So, take those off. Just left a bit too much fur on there.
There it is. Yep.
Alright, so that's what's left, and you get about 1 kilo of meat out of that. So yeah, I basically, I used to do real fancy things with it, and I'll show you guys some recipes at some stage. These days though, I'm just mainly making them into sausages. It's nice and cheap, cost me about $15 for 10 metres of sausage casing, and about 3 kilos of fat. Now that'll do you around about 36 sausages. So it's a really good way to do it, and I generally either eat them myself or give them to friends and family. I know quite a few veterans that aren't doing so well over here, so I try and make sure that they get some extra meat whenever I possibly can as well. But anyway, that's the end result. Let's see if we can go get some more. Just range these guys at 54 yards. We'll see if I can shoot them. He had a good jump. Not sure if I got him or not.
Sounded good.
Did. No, he's gone. So we're close to 70 yards here. So we're going to go close to around about 1.5 mil dots. Right, here he is. We've moved up to about 40 yards. They got him. No worries. Right. It was just the way that he was dug in. He was dug in like a tick. There's another one about. Alright. Let's have a crack at this boy. Again, he's dug in real tight. It's hard to get at. Let's have a look. Just wait for these cars to pass. Nope, missed him. He's not hanging around for another shot. But that's not too bad. That's 2 rabbits in the last couple of minutes. Alright, we've got a rabbit down here. He's at 103 yards. My mate Phil's going to have a crack at him with the 22. Just see if we can get him. He's not using a bipod. It's a long range shot. And it's a nice little kill there. Fantastic. So that's actually, oh, can see more running. Miles away now. So that's number 5 in the space of about 2 hours, I suppose. So we're doing pretty good at the moment. He's having a wee epileptic fit down there, but that's a good thing because it means that it's been killed instantaneously. Just a few nerves going. So that's another one for the pot, and we're probably only going to be out here for about another 45 minutes, so we'll see if we can get you guys any more kills. Hey guys, well that was the end of the day. We got 5 rabbits for the day. 2 of those were done with the Benjamin marauder. I definitely think that has a place in my collection. I'm really impressed, you know, 20mm groups at 70 yards, and that was only because we ran out of range. I'm sure that it would shoot a lot better if we had more range. In addition to that, it hasn't even fired 1,000 rounds through it yet, so if you know anything about air rifles, you know that they take at least 1,000 rounds to sort of bed in properly. So what we're going to do over the coming weeks is we're going to work with that marauder a little bit more. Hopefully, you know, I'm hoping once a month, once every couple of months, to be able to release some more footage onto YouTube. We shoot with other things as well. We've got 22s, we've got, you know, up to 7mm 08s. You're going to be seeing some deer being shot from time to time. You're going to see goats and anything else that I can get my hands on. Here in New Zealand we're pretty lucky. We've got tahr, we've got chamois, we've got goats, we've got deer, several different kinds of deer. We've got whitetails, we've got reds, we've got wapiti, we've got sika as well. We've got pigs here, we've got wallabies. So there's a lot of different possums as well, I suppose. So there's a lot of different animals that we have to hunt here. The unfortunate thing is that we have no predators here. So the only predator is me. So we need to make sure as responsible landowners that we keep the pest populations down. Realise that possums tend to get into ground laying bird eggs. Even the hedgehogs here can be a problem because of the fact that they love kiwi eggs and weka eggs and the sorts of endangered birds that we have here in New Zealand. So I guess what you'll be seeing over the next few is just us trying to take care of our country and take care of our countrymen, and the Benjamin marauder is going to be definitely in the collection to be able to do that kind of thing. So that was the first episode. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I assure you I intend to get better at it, and if you guys need to get any information about air rifles, if you're interested in looking at air rifles, I'd have a look at Ted's holdover. He's absolutely amazing. I've got most of my information off of him, and he's obviously proven himself to be very correct, because, you know, we had a bloody good day out there with the marauder yesterday. So enjoy the episode and check out Ted's holdover. The other people to have a look at is probably I'm trying to think of their names now. The Airgun Gear Show. I'll definitely go and have a look at them as well. So thanks very much for your time, and we hope to see you soon. Cheers. Just as a PS, I got the higher scope mounts put on, so hopefully we won't have any more problems with the magazine. It actually goes in, so the next time that I go out I probably won't miss as many, because if I do miss one, at least I can load up another shot. Anyway, have a good one.